Good morning, good evening, friends. I come here with an exposure and experience to share, which I had encountered today in the gym. This is an impeccable personality in the gym. Very well tuned, extremely fit, but extremely shy too. Because you know me, I'm a guy who always likes to talk to people. I went back to him and said, "You have an impeccable personality. Why don't you come forward and teach people like me? Why don't you create videos like this? Why can't you be a professional trainer?" Then you know what that guy said? "Good that you asked me, but I am overwhelmed by what would people think about me. I'm overwhelmed by the criticism." And he comes from the West in the current geography in Sweden. Then I just gave a thought. Many of us, I was like that few years ago, are overwhelmed with criticism. We are worried about getting onto the stage. We are also worrying about standing away from the crowd. We are worried about going a step forward, not because we don't have skills, it's just because what would others think? We are worried about criticized. The same word, overwhelmed with criticism. Then I gave a thought. I wanted to share with you that worked on me. I am still practicing. I just gave the same analogy and would like to share it with you. Now let's get together. Do me a favor. Write the name of the idol that you think is great in this universe. Should be existing or should have been past, have been late. Could be Mother Teresa, Dalai Lama, Swami Vivekananda, is my idol. Anyone, Sadhguru. Right? Now let's get down. Write the name of the world's best president or prime minister you think. For me, it's Barack Obama. You can think Narendra Modi, Boris Johnson, Nelson Mandela, whoever. Let's localize it a bit. Bring up the best chief minister you could think of, or a local leader. I come from a state of Telangana, so for me it was, I write the name of Chandrasekhar Rao. You can write Mr. Jagan Reddy or Chandrababu Naidu, Uddhav Thackeray, any other things. Narendra Modi himself was a chief minister at one point in time. Finally, you write the name of your mother and father. Yes, your mom and dad. Please do it. If you want to take some time and write it. It's worth. If you have to pause the video for a minute, pause it, but complete it. Hoping that you have written it, let's take upwards. How many times have you seen your mother and father criticized for different reasons by different individuals in the society, for whatever reason? Did they not shy away from criticism and then look forward and raising you up? That's the only reason you are sitting here today and watching my video. If they were shying by criticism, they would not have brought you up to the level. They were pushing the criticism away and looking forward. Let's take upward. Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, Mr. Jagan Reddy, Narendra Modi himself was chief minister. How many times Mr. Chandrasekhar Rao is criticized today? Numerous times. We hear more criticism about him than appreciation, for that matter. That's what happens when you're in the ruling party and when you're ruling the state, right? But for him, he keeps the criticism aside, look forward. Any other leader for that matter. Let's elevate it further. Barack Obama, he was criticized for his keynote. It's the best keynote or a best speech I've ever seen, but there were criticizers for it. Mr. Narendra Modi, he is criticized day in, day out, hundreds of thousands or millions of times. If he focuses on criticism, he would not even sleep. But for him, he pushes the criticism aside, looks forward. And let's take it upwards. My idol, Swami Vivekananda. Nelson Mandela was criticized multiple times, but I will come back to Swami Vivekananda, my idol. He was criticized when he was in Chicago for evangelizing Hinduism with no scientific base. You know the answer that he has given, which has become fundamental even today, and he has left a legacy. He said, civilization in the West those days was defined by the way you dress. But in India, civilization is defined by the way you behave and live. whole of the West have to bend for the statement, and he has proved it. I did not carry that criticism with him. He left his legacy to the world. So the point I'm trying to make is, if such a great idols are not foreign to the criticism, what are you and I are worried about? Do we focus on criticism or do we focus on looking forward? We can learn from our mother and father until the greatest of the greatest idols who have faced the criticism. But the only reason they have become great leaders, but the only reason they are out of the crowd, but the only reason they're standing on the stage, but the only reason they're making the difference is they're not overwhelmed by criticism. They have beaten the criticism. So with this, let's take an oath that will beat the criticism. While I'm shooting this video, and while few of you who watch this video would criticize this, but for me, keep the criticism aside. I look forward. I'm beating the criticism. Are you? See you guys. Let's beat criticism together.